Hey, what's going on? Let me go ahead and let me put on the intro right quick here. Hopefully it won't double the audio. Tell me if it does. Maybe I'll wait a little bit longer. Let me take this intro off since we're done talking about how to eat to live for now. Hello! There we go. All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, such is the way, right? The end of the year is coming. Everyone, a lot of the bigger streams have already done, or a lot of the bigger folks have already done their 2020, reflection streams and all that. And I figure I'm going to do mine. So I'm going to kind of jump around a little bit, but I'm going to try to remain somewhat linear in this case. So let's talk. I mean, not much I can remember happened in January, but I do remember February. And I remember Rumor. I remember that song from him called Rascal. And let me see if I can just play the intro without them, without this stream being taken down. So let me see if I can just play the intro. Oh, shit. Sorry. I forgot the... Sorry. Let me do that. Boomer. There we go. Okay. There we go. It's going to take a minute to... Okay. There we go. All right. See, yeah. Here's just the stream is still up, right? Okay. I had to make sure. I'm like, oh, shit. Did they take it down already? Okay. So that was... I was going to show you the thing, but that's that Rumor video. And basically, it's a take on the old Broken Road, a song by Rascal Flatts. And On the Broken Road. And I thought it was a hilarious song when I first heard it. I was like, this song is crazy. This dude, he's got the mask on. Of course, he sings great and all that. And it's like, where'd this guy come from? Come to find out is that, people are saying, oh, he's he's like actually an industry insider and all this type of thing, Oh, you didn't miss that much in your car. But it's like, it was a great song. The thing is that I remember that I put that video up and I was like, what is this guy? Because I was like, this is it's a great song. And it's like, then Universal apparently got mad. They took the video down. And everyone's like, and of course, it had been uploaded by so many other folks. All the reaction video folks, they had done the song so many times. And like, then it came out. And now this RMR guy, Rumor, has come out as more of a guy. He's done work with, all the mainstream rappers, this and that. And he still kind of has that shtick, though, of doing, the singing, or at least doing covers of, like 90s songs and whatnot, Much success to him, I gotta play a little bit more, just a little bit more. I think it's still a great song. I don't care. That was a good song, though. Oh, it was a good, it's still a good song. It's still a good song, but I'd say that's the song of 2020 is that Rumor song, just a little bit more. Okay. Oh, just indulging. I was just indulging, but that's a good song, though. I don't care what you say. It's a good song. I like it. But yeah, that was one of those, yeah, reaction channels that actually do commentary I can tolerate, but some of them are pretty bad. Exactly. Oh yeah, there are plenty of folks that get paid just for doing that, but it's like, that was a good song though. You know, and the thing is, I remember I did a video on it back when I showed my face, and I had to take it down. Or actually, no, I think they took it down for me. I think, but yeah, they just deleted that one. But so, I mean, that was a good song. And then of course, you know, all the kids reacted to Juche Socialism. Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, so that, but in a way though, that song kind of, you know, with the whole and fuck the boys in blue, fuck 12, fuck 12, fuck 12, fuck 12. I can't, you know, I can almost get up there, but it's like once I heard that, then it was like, it makes sense that this would be the song of 2020. Prefer 90s Memphis rap. Yeah, like early you're talking like early like Project Pat and stuff like that, or oh man, Tommy Wright the Third and all that type of thing. Yeah, I can respect that. This video next. Oh, okay, let's go ahead and do that video next. But yeah, I thought that was a, you know, good song. It's like the fuck 12 stuff and all that. That kind of became the anthem because obviously we saw a lot of stuff that would happen, you know, March and April, right? Let me see what we got here. Oh shit, I should have muted it. Okay. Come on. Come on. Right? Let me see what we got here. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. There it is. All right, so here's the next one. What is this next video? Let's see here. Kyle Rittenhouse is not innocent. Oh,
to explain to some people why Kyle Rittenhouse is not to be celebrated.
Okay.
I guess that's a thing I can't take for granted here in 2020.
Okay. This kind of relates back to it. So I guess we're going to jump back and forth.
Sorry if my tone comes.
Okay. Okay, let's get into this right quick here. As y'all know, we've talked about Kyle Rittenhouse. We've talked about Michael Reinhold and those shootings. I've gone back and forth on, haven't I? You know, I had my spurg outs with you know, Skeptical Mantis and all that stuff. You know, he may jump in the chat and whatnot. And that's fine, but it's like, you know, we see that these are very galvanizing events. They are. You know, that's the whole thing. Is that, you know, 2020 has been a year that a lot of shit has been galvanized and just, you know, the lightning rods have been put up, you know. So like I say, I will touch it. I will touch on this. I will touch on this video here in just a moment. But what I do want to say is that let's go through the chronological order. And if y'all got some videos you want me to, you know, to review and kind of talk more about 2020, by all means, put them in the chat. Pasta Bazooka, I don't think you have a wrench. I will be polite and I will give you the wrench. So if you'll give me just a moment, I'm going to give you the wrench. Give you a wrench. Everybody's got the wrench. Everybody's got a wrench. Doesn't matter if you don't like me or, you know, if you like me or you don't, I will give you the wrench. Let me see here. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay. There we go. We'll give Pasta Bazooka. We will give him a wrench as well. Let me see here. There we go. We'll give him the wrench. Oh. Okay, there we go. So now Pasta Bazooka has a wrench, you know, because everybody gets the wrench. Everyone should get the wrench. Vosh L playlist. Huh. Vosh L playlist. Okay. Let's take a look at this right quick. I know I'm getting distracted, but okay. I've seen this video already. Let me get to the good stuff because I don't want to spend a million years on it. I don't want to spend like, okay, so let's get this. Okay, let's get into the actual aspect. Okay, he's talking about the black coffee and all this business. You know, they didn't ask him to take care of their lots. Okay, I get that. He's saying that the car dealership that Kyle Rittenhouse was at, they didn't even want him to defend it because their cars were already destroyed. Okay. Like I said, and you can watch this video on your own. You can see it right there. Kyle Rittenhouse is not innocent. Thought Slime, December 11th. You can find it. You know, actually, just in case, If y'all want to see the whole thing, I'm gonna go ahead and drop it back in the chat. Just green juche. Oh, okay. Well, let me give you a wrench too as well, green juche. Oh, there we go. Green juche now has a wrench. There we go. Okay. There we go. Imagine defending pedos at Kyle Kidd. Exactly. Yeah. He doesn't mention their stories either. But yeah, I think this is up to the point. I think this is up to where he actually talks about the events. So let's get into that. Sorry.
Verbal confrontation with 36-year-old protester Joseph Rosenbaum.
Yep, Joseph Rosenbaum, a guy who had been in jail. It's amazing to me how people will be like, well, who cares what this person was like when they were alive? It's like Joseph Rosenbaum was in jail for a long time, was used to charging people up and talking shit. And of course, he's not going to show the clip where he says, "Shoot me, nigga, shoot me." Doesn't show that clip. Please continue. But that was earlier in the night. Go ahead.
Rosenbaum was incensed at Rittenhouse trying to put out a fire in a dumpster with a fire extinguisher, and potentially also have confused him with a security guard he'd had some other conflict with earlier that night. This confrontation escalated quickly. Rosenbaum threw something, probably a plastic bag. Rittenhouse begins to run until someone, it's unclear who, but almost definitely a protester, fired a gun 2 times. It's unclear towards whom or why. Shortly after this, a protester named Joshua Zeminski fires a warning shot from a pistol into the air. A profoundly foolish and dangerous act. Rittenhouse.
So the other 2 guys that fired shots, there's no problem with. But this guy who fired a warning shot, not smart. I'm trying to understand this guy's thought process here. Please continue.
Presumably thinking he's being shot at, and maybe being shot at, I don't know, then turns towards the people pursuing him and aims his gun.
I don't know. No, there's plenty of footage out there, bro. Once again, it's just like, this is why I didn't want to touch this video, because it's like, I know he is leaving. Oh, God damn it. All right, talk amongst yourselves. Okay. Okay, let's keep it going. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on here.
To disarm Rittenhouse, who then fires, shooting him 4 times and fatally wounding him. Rittenhouse runs away and can be heard on a call on his cell phone saying, "I just killed somebody." So at this point, protesters are yelling, "Go get that guy, beat him up," stuff like that. And an unidentified guy tries to hit Rittenhouse. It knocks his hat off, but doesn't make contact. Rittenhouse falls down and is approached by Anthony Huber. Huber strikes Rittenhouse with a skateboard and attempts to disarm him and is shot and killed.
So was it okay? So you notice he just kind of skips over that. So he doesn't talk about the fact that that wasn't a smart thing to do, probably, to hit somebody with a skateboard. So they are now, they feel in danger. And then, shoots him. And at this point, like I say, Rittenhouse, as far as I know, is still literally knocked on his ass. And then what happens? Now we're going to talk about this guy. This genius.
Grosskreutz has been pursuing, and he has a handgun on him. When Huber is killed, Grosskreutz puts his hands up. Rittenhouse.
This is, okay, once again, this has been mentioned many times. Grosskreutz had this pistol in his hand. He put one hand up. The other one was still on the ground. Now let's hear this disingenuousness. Here we go.
Flies anyway, taking out a big chunk of Grosskreitz's right bicep.
Grosskreutz still had the pistol in his hand. And once again, the Facebook messages between Grosskreutz and a friend of his said, "Yeah, I would have killed him. I would have killed Rittenhouse." Like I say, I'm not going to sit here and defend everything that Kyle Rittenhouse did, but it's like you're muddying the waters. And I know people are going to disagree with me, but it's like, what are you doing? You are muddying the waters and making it that much worse.
At this point, Rittenhouse gets up, puts his hands up, with his gun still strapped to his chest, and approaches a police car to hand himself in. The police car, frustratingly, just keeps on driving, even while the protesters are trying to arrest him. Rittenhouse meets back up with Dominic Black, who drives him home, once again crossing state lines shortly after committing what is potentially a felony. The next day,
this whole cross state line stuff, it's just like it goes both ways. You know, it's just like, go ahead.
Rittenhouse turns himself into police in Illinois. These are the events as they happen, to the best of my knowledge.
To the best of your knowledge.
Made some mistake along the way, you'll understand that it wasn't out of some bad faith attempt to paint a narrative. But because
yes, it was. Because once again, you could talk about the history. I mean, it's like if you wanted to, I know this is something that standard conservatives do, but it's like you didn't talk about the actual history of Rosenbaum or the guy who hit him with the skateboard and found out that these guys didn't have great rap sheets. But I know nobody knows that at the time. Who cares? They're dead now. You know, it's sad that somebody dies unless it's somebody that we don't like. It's so tiresome. It is. It's all so tiresome. Kyle was just playing Doom IRL. Exactly, yeah. That's all I had to say. Like I say, I know that someone will disagree, yeah, and Kyle was alone. I like how he totally waxes over the fact that other guys were armed. Exactly, yeah, and Kyle was alone, yeah. Like I say, how hard is that to process? Yeah. Well, thought slime was a dork for lack of some better pejoratives. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, who banned you from their live chat? Yeah, may he burn in. Oh, okay. But yeah, it's just, it's very frustrating, to say the least, when I see this sort of thing happen, and it's just like,
because there's a lot to research in this case. I'm not going to show any video footage because I don't want to show footage of people being shot and killed on my YouTube channel, but these events were recorded by bystanders who covered it from multiple angles. If you think I'm misrepresenting events or lying in some way, I invite you to do your own research.
The thing is, man, I can't watch any more of this because, like, we know what he's trying to say. We know what he's trying to. It's just like, just stop, you know. But yeah, that's all I'm going to cover this video because that's the only portion that matters, is him actually, in his view, what the linear thinking, the line of events that occurred from Rittenhouse being picked up by somebody and everything else. This is why I didn't want to cover this one. But yeah, I saw it. It was just very cringe. And like I say, you can disagree and say, oh, it's very, very messy. And, the thing is, this happens all the time. It's the same thing with, Trayvon Martin or any of these types of things. These are very, very messy issues. And they'll say, oh, well, what about this issue? Well, about, when he jumped on, Zimmerman on all this. It's just like, it's too messy to touch. And I think that it leaves plenty of room open for mistakes. And I know that's more of a centrist attitude, but still, that's how I feel about it. Yeah. Gonna watch this video next. I've got some videos in monarchism. I can send you links if you like. Yeah. He's not, and his non-binary representation desires or whatever, he doesn't identify. Oh, yeah. God damn, huh? Okay, it's going to take a minute to let the chat catch up. Dumbest PSA, Stitch and Adamar. Yeah, they tore about. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, here it is. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's take a look. Here. So, yeah, I'm not going to touch that anymore. I've already looked at it. What's this one? Oh, yeah. This is the one that you were showing me. It's going to take a minute to load up here. So this is one talking about Saddam and Hafez al-Assad, the Zionists, as it says in the title here. And this is something I did talk about. This is during the Arab-Israeli war. Or not the Arab-Israeli war, excuse me. This is, I think, the 1973 war, I believe is what he's talking about here.
طلع الجيش العراقي إلى دمشق كان بعض الدمشقيين رازمين
Carrying their belongings in order to leave.
أن يرحلوا من دمشق.
Okay.
ودخلنا المعركة ووقفنا تقدم الجيش الإسرائيلي وفوتنا على ديان كان في وقتها وتصريح اللي كان يريد يسدد بها في دمشق. وبعد ما اكتمل التحشد 3 فرق زائدا
Played in Syria 3 military divisions and 1 brigade. Okay.
وكان كل شيء مهيأ.
Now, I mean, I've mentioned as well is that basically, I'll just simplify this. I believe it was during the 1973 war, is that Assad had the chance, and Hafez el-Assad, excuse me, Bashar's father, had the chance to retake the Golan Heights, but didn't, and sent troops and sent people back. And he executed some generals, this and that, because of it. So there's a lot of back and forth here going on, you know.
معد كل الترتيبات للمباشرة بهجوم مقابل يقوم بالجيش العراقي بالدرجة.
This kind of talks about the idea that I've talked about before, is that, you know, the whole the real linchpin in this whole thing, at least in my opinion, with the Arab world, I'm going to try to be careful that way, but the Arab world is that there are so many splits, and this is one of the reasons why there is this split, is that Hafez al-Assad did not care enough to retake the Golan Heights and to help Palestine. And so, you know, it's the same type of thing when I was talking about with Jordan or with a lot of these other nations, including Iran and Saudi Arabia, this and that. There is a lot of tension between these various countries, and there's a lot of beef, rightful beef that goes on. It's like, hey, you motherfuckers didn't help us out then, or Egypt didn't help here, or whichever. So there's a lot of this back and forth that goes on, and there's far more hatred amongst the Arabs than there is for Israelis in a lot of ways. And they'll say, well, why didn't this country come help? Or Jordan, you know, just kind of, you know, letting the Palestinians live in utter filth, this and that. So, like I said, once again, this is my idea of Arabs, you know, this is why I try not to talk about the Israeli-Palestine situation, because ultimately it's a lot deeper than what people make it out to be. And while Americans can LARP and say, oh, yeah, free Palestine, this and that, it's like, why is it that your ass is going to sit here and try to LARP about something instead of why not trying to help build connections between, you know, whether it's a Sunni Shia split or whichever, you know, or the huge rifts in Jordan or in Lebanon or wherever. But nobody talks about that on a deeper level. They just don't do it. Yeah. Oh, what's going on, Sangam? Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I don't understand why anyone would condemn Nazwals and Pol Potis then, since they support egos. Yeah. But that's all I had to really say about that. You know, I know that Nazwal 101 wanted me to talk about this. But yeah, but I know they wanted me to talk about what's going on, Libsno 1975. How are you, sir? But yeah, I feel like that's where it is on that. I didn't really want to go into deep levels on that. Do you want the... Yeah, go ahead, Union Army Ball. Go ahead. Yeah, you can put in the links. Yeah. Yaku bless Punjab fight. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I think about this. He basically says that, yeah, we had troops there and everything else. We were ready to go in, but then he signed on to this accord. Let me see here. There's a comment down here. It's going to take... Okay, yeah. UN Resolution 338, and Assad basically, you know, accepted it. And they heeded that warning, yeah. But yeah, that's all I can really say about that. Vosh love. Okay. Favorite moments from Vosh from his stream, debating alt-right chuds until they ball up and cry in a puddle of their own tears. That's lovely. Oh man. Compile playlist of favorite moments, huh? I'm glad I made I'm glad I made the cut though. I'm glad. Thank you so much. So yeah, Marvel's okay. Here we go. I love this one though. This is a good clip.
In the context there and how legitimate the lethal threat is. I do.
Are they going to include the
Wojaks
Wojaks on this? Let me see.
But I'll listen. Okay. All I know is I've seen a lot of Marvel movies, and in the part where the good guy
yes.
gets sprained and he turns around and there are a bunch of angry cops and civilians staring at him, he drops the gun and puts his hand up in the air, and he doesn't fucking unleash the fucking Iron Man laser and cut down 300 people who are threatening him implicitly by surrounding him and not allowing him free access out. So maybe that's
in real life, a lot of time on live leaks or Ogrish or any other like gore site, you can see that where one guy throws his hands up and a mob comes up and somebody.
I love that. Marvel movies. Well, in the Marvel movies, they do this. It's like this goes to show that I can't even waste this time. Go ahead.
Out and they drag it over the street. So I mean, like,
typically happens in the United States.
It's not a matter of it typically happening. I mean, like, there have been people that have been killed in these protests and riots so far, and I mean, like, you're not going to be the next. Like, I don't know.
I mean, there have been at least 20 Marvel movies. I doubt you can find that many live leak videos of people being killed. So
no. Has this guy never been on? Hold on. Has this guy never been on live leaks? Even I've been on live leaks. It's like there's plenty of motherfuckers getting killed. There's plenty of video from like the 80s and 90s of Africans getting beat up and then necklaced. Necklacing, of course, is the idea where it's like you beat someone unconscious, you fill a tire filled with gasoline, and you set that shit on fire. That's what's called necklacing. But yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I'll hinge my bet.
But people still take this fool seriously.
Yo, what up, YouTube? So, unfortunately, I have some really bad news to deliver.
Oh, no, I'm not going to listen to No, I'm not going to listen to that crap. Okay, yeah. Let me see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you, Iron Ball. Let me see here. Let me wait for this chat to catch up here. Oh boy, it's got to take a while to catch up here a little bit. It's got to catch up a little bit here. Here we go. Okay, here is okay. So let me see. Oh, okay. Of course. Okay, here. Fritz Imperial advocating for monarchism. Okay, let's go ahead and click on those. Here's that. And let me see here. Did I miss it? I may have. I think I did. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then that one. And then that one. Okay, let's take a look at these. Okay, let's take a look at these one by one. It's going to take a minute to load. Just give me a minute. Oh, this is okay. This is a Saddam video we just saw. We just saw that one. Okay, we talked about that already. Let's move on to this. Oh. Okay. This is. Oh, is this privated? Okay, let's take a look at this one. Next clip.
Hi, Charles. What are your thoughts on anarcho-monarchism?
Anarcho-monarchism. Okay, here we go. Oh, a guy in a bow tie.
Would this be a way to introduce more left-leaning people to the idea of monarchy? For everybody, please explain what anarcho-monarchism is. It sounds like an oxymoron to me.
Well, I understand it, and my understanding may be flawed, ladies and gentlemen. Anarcho-monarchism is the notion.
You know it's going to be good because you got the professor here who's got the bow tie. Okay, this is okay. Let's hear what this guy has to say. All right, go ahead.
The notion of a monarchy that is completely separate from government. Here you've got the king, his courtiers, and you've got the people. There's no government in between them. In other words, not too dissimilar from the early Middle Ages, or Game of Thrones, if you prefer.
Mm.
I mean, isn't the monarch part of the government? I don't understand.
Well, all right. You got to bear in mind the government as we know it arose from the government, from the king's immediate entourage. In other words,
who is Eli Frank? I have no idea who Eli Frank is, but if he, let me do a quick search. Who is Eli Frank? Who in the world is this? He's some YouTube guy. Oh, IG. Elias Frank. Okay. Huh. Knox Legacy, Green Bay. Okay. Eli Frank's highlights. Okay. Yeah. This guy's just a Catholic scholar that likes LARPing. He's not a bad dude. Oh, okay. Eli moment. Oh, okay. Go to channels. Okay. Eli. Oh, he's an NOI member. I just okay. I take y'all with a grain of salt. Let me see here. Chairman of Israel. Okay, hold on. You know what? Let me just go to YouTube here right quick. And I'll just do that. Eli Frank, huh? Okay. Let me double check here. Secret lifestyle. Oh, this is okay. So this is Eli Frank. Okay. Oh, okay. So is his link? Okay, let me see here. Is his link in here? Let me see here. Who is this? Okay. Let me go ahead and see. Oh, Eli. Okay, here is the channel. Okay. Let me see. Okay, let me see here. Who is this Eli Frank? Okay, let me see here. Response to getting people getting rich in pandemic. Let's see what we got here. So 16 minutes. Let's go ahead and see a bit of this.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eli Frank. We are going to make a response of how billionaires got richer in a pandemic.
Okay.
Fuck you, ad. Yeah, because of capitalism. Because capitalism fucking sucks. It doesn't do shit about the virus. Acts. Oh, you cap.
Okay.
I guess the capitalists are a bunch of assholes.
Huh. Okay.
Capists who.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if if y'all can get in touch with them, yeah, I guess we could talk to them. Why not? That's all I really have to say to that. But yeah, I guess be willing to talk to him. Yeah. Dude is breathing. Eli moment. Eli, it's not Franco. Pretty down my neck, make me moist. Yeah. Eli is MGTOW. Oh, really? He's MGTOW. I'm sorry I missed that stream, Anunkaz. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm probably doing something else. But dang gum, yeah. Don't please. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Okay. So that's who he is. Okay. I had no idea. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. So this is Absolute Fighting Championship. Oh boy. So this is old school. Yeah, 1995.
An animal. This guy.
Okay. Let's see the last little bit here.
Too effective thus far. He's very loose on his feet. Looks a little chubby around the waist, but he's a very tough guy. There's what the Sambo fighter wants to do. Closes the distance quick. Make your opponent miss. Dig into the neck. Boxer may be in a little trouble down here on the ground. He's lying there. He needs to get up and do something. What would he do in this position, Federico?
The guy in the guillotine choke should make sure he defends that choke by sticking his left arm inside of under the arm of his aggressor.
Okay, and that appears what he's trying to do now. Maybe he could hear you here at ringside. He's got to get that arm up and under to release one of those arms.
Okay.
He's got to squeeze, and he taps out. He dug that choke in good. He had it even with one arm.
Yeah, there we go.
Deep.
Yeah.
And once you get that up and under the Adam's apple, he was in big trouble. And the Sambo fighter, Ahmedan Sadgusivnov. How am I doing, Federico?
Very good. You sound like you're Russian.
I get my ass whooped. I already know about that. I already know.
In slow motion, the boxer trying to throw some punches here.
These were the days. Those were the days, though, huh?
Is closed. You see, the boxer is just in big trouble.
Boom.
Even a Mike Tyson or Evander Holyfield, once your opponent closes the distance on you, and the good guys will make you miss. Don't miss it, back up. Next fight.
Oh shit!
From the
Eli Frank. All right, how's it going?
Will fight Vladimir.
How's it going? Yeah. Was this preeminent? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Fighter from Perm, Russia.
So the first American in the tournament tonight.
Oh, so we got a whooping. Oh man, this is some great stuff though, for real. Okay, let's see the next one. Let's see what else is up here. Okay.
Hi there, everybody. Welcome back.
Anarcho-monarchism.
So today I've done a little thing with my facial hair because
you're not Franz Joseph. Knock it off.
We have a very narco-capitalism, except that there's a king or a queen.
Yang weed. Oh my goodness. How is this? Oh no. I'm sorry. Whoa. Okay. So you got the Franz Joseph hair. Hold on. You got the Franz Joseph handlebar mustache. You've got Yang Wei in the court. No, Yang Gang died in 2018. I'm sorry. Yang Gang died in 2018. Everybody gave up on that meme. I remember I gave up on it a few months afterwards, and then I joined Kang Gang on Twitter. No. No. Oh, gosh. The cringe is just, yeah. If he's pro-inbreeding, yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. So the championship had to do 6 fights in 1 or 2 days. It was from 1995. Oh, really? Okay. That sounds great, though. Yeah. Mustache looks stupid. I'm sorry. I'm going through these a little bit quick, but yeah.
A non-binary monarch. And that's not really it either. It's something... It's something a little bit more like juicier than that. So to understand anarcho-monarchism, first of all, you really need to understand a little bit about anarchism. So in anarchism, we are living without states. We're living without the authority of leaders or bosses or...
I swear, anarchism created the most spurky political ideas ever. Anarcho-monarchism, anarcho-fascism, anarcho-capitalism, anarcho-communism. It's just like, it's all just so retarded. And it's all anarcho, put in your own ideology here. Anarcho-lumpen it's like anarcho-proletarianism. I'm surprised that that's not a thing. Anarcho-gangsterism. It's just... Oh... Anarcho-tyranny, of course, it's always... Golly. I mean, screw anarchism, frankly. Just screw anarchism. It's just such a cringe ideology. Go ahead.
Capitalism. And we are
deciding
how we live.
Non-binary monarchy.
And under
anarchism is just statism.
They have their own kind of sovereignty, like their own inner authority.
I agree. Ole, I agree. Stop using anarchy to make yourself sound cool.
And speak
absolutely true
as they wish to.
That is true. Of course, it's not okay.
And that is the very.
Things are running slow on my laptop here. Let me see if I unplug it.
No one can take away.
I think it's just running a little hot. Oh yeah, it's running hot. Okay.
Over many years of being an anarchist and living in an anarchist
narco-eganism, yeah,
I started to see that there was, how should we say, an inconsistency with all of this, because. Say I'm, frolicking along as an anarchist, doing my anarchist thing, and then, you know, suddenly one day you meet someone and you're like, wow, you're amazing. I like you. I love you.
God damn. I don't want to hear you talk about falling in love. Please. I don't want to hear that.
Windsor family, you know, even Charles and so on. Some of them are okay, but I wouldn't like make them like king or queen or non-binary monarch. Just wouldn't. So I'm kind of in the market, as it were, for someone a little bit more old school, kind of medieval, charismatic, you know, crown, sword, horse, castle, you know, enchanted lake.
How could you be a monarchist in 2020 unless you live in the UK? It's like because there's so many people that have to make excuses for it. It's like, well, I don't like these monarchs, but these monarchs are cool. It's like, no, they're all gay. Monarchism is cringe, bro. Come on, we've had plenty of revolutions to get rid of monarchism.
That sort of thing. And yeah, you know, like if there's anyone out there who's, you know, king or queen or non-binary monarch, I might be interested. I might
non-binary monarch. Bruh.
So just go the rest of my life never having a king or queen or non-binary monarch. I could also, I mean, we'll take it from there.
Oh my goodness.
Anarcho-monarchism, the best ideology ever.
Oh, I just feel sorry. I just feel pain, but I feel cringe for this guy. I feel so sorry for him. Pray for that boy.
In a modern kind of secular age where it doesn't look like the Catholic Church is going to become the state church anytime soon, and that may not be such a bad thing, how exactly do we have a Catholic society? Or at least a society amenable to the principles of Catholicism? How do we have one that exalts the human person and respects his dignity as someone created in the image of God? How do we have one that respects the reality of the supernatural and the transcendent, again, without enshrining any particular dogma as being law? Well, anarcho-monarchism may have the solution for us. It might have a solution for us, or it might not, which is probably true, but that's what we're going to be talking about. It's possible that this concept sounds so ridiculous that it must be a joke.
That's Salvador Dali, right? I think that's Salvador Dali. Okay.
He called himself an anarcho-monarchist. Most people assumed it was just more of his deliberately nonsensical, crazed artist shtick. But perhaps it wouldn't hurt to consider what exactly anarcho-monarchism advocates, if only because it seems so deliberately and almost artificially unmodern and counterintuitive. The most common definition comes from a letter J.R.R. Tolkien wrote to his son, who was off fighting World War II. My own opinions lean more and more to anarchy, philosophically understood, meaning abolition of control, not whiskered men with bombs.
Okay, I gotta say this. I know this is from 2013. Can you virgins stop talking about Tolkien and stop stop being, just soy boys about Tolkien and people? Just stop. We need to stop talking about Tolkien at some point. It's like you'll have Vard who will be like, oh, actually, Tolkien was actually a pagan, bro. He wasn't actually a Catholic. And then the track guy's like, of course he was a Catholic. He was the most Catholic person ever. Just stop. I'm gonna do the Michael Jordan. Just stop. Stop doing that. Live your life. Go outside and get some pussy. Please go outside and get some, or just go outside. Just go outside and take a walk. Don't. It's like I like kung fu movies, but you don't see me bringing it up every 5 minutes. Like, oh, if only the world was like a Shaw Brothers movie. No, it's just a fucking movie. I have enough sense. Oh well, because Tolkien wrote a letter to his son fighting. Go ahead, I can't. I'll try.
Or to unconstitutional monarchy. I would arrest anybody who uses the word state in any sense other than the innate realm of England and its inhabitants.
Not political theory. Exactly. Yeah, Tolkienism. Yeah.
And after a chance at recantation, execute them if they remained obstinate. If we could get back to personal names, it would do a lot of good. Government is an abstract noun meaning the art and process of governing, and it should.
He wasn't. He wasn't a pagan. Yeah, he wasn't a pagan. It's just it says that people will make Tolkien a literal token. That's all that needs to be said. They'll turn Tolkien into a token. Yeah, Chesterton is better than Tolkien. Yeah, I've heard of G.K. but I've never read any of his work. It's like C.S. Lewis would probably be better in some cases. Hell, I don't know at this point, but it's like he wanted to arrest people for saying state. Lol, what? This just sounds retarded. I don't know.
An offense to write it with a capital G or so to refer to people. If people were in the habit of referring to King George's counsel Winston and his gang, it would go a long way into clearing thought and reducing the frightful landslide into theocracy. Anyway, the proper study of man is anything but man, and the most improper job of any man, even saints, who at any rate were at least unwilling to take it on, is bossing other men. Not 1 in a million is fit for it, and least of all those who seek the opportunity. And at least it is done only to a small group of men who know who their master is. Is more important than belief, and everything can potentially be used. As the Communist Manifesto puts it, constant revolutionizing of production, uninterrupted disturbance of all social conditions, everlasting uncertainty and agitation distinguish the bourgeois epoch from all earlier ones. All fixed, fast-frozen relations with their train of ancient and venerable prejudices and opinions are swept away. All new-formed ones become antiquated before they can ossify. All that is solid melts into air. All that is holy is profane.
What the fuck is this?
In contrast to this, the modern, rationalized, bureaucratized, disenchanted system forces you to act in the maximally efficient way, not in a way that accords with our personal beliefs or sentiments or values. Weber called this, instead of a light cloak, the iron will gobble poison. Now, if the instinct of reverence is natural to us, and thus in some sense God-given, we may as well use it for exalted purposes rather than base ones. Christian civilization, so clearly the monarch was his vision of a public-spirited pig.
Myself, I would rather be ruled by people who think they're going to fry in hell forever if they rule me poorly, than by people for whom I'm merely a convenient economic cipher who can be milked like a cow.
And this reminds us that there is something necessarily spiritual about a monarchy. I mentioned before that folk tales are the voice of the people, and thus are inherently anarchist in the sense of not reflecting a centrally planned society, but it's worth remembering that fairy tales usually have a monarch in them. A monarch is a symbol of a magical society, and perhaps it's still possible for us to live in fairyland even in the modern world. And there's another advantage to monarchy that reminds me of distributism, and that's that it's personal. Part of the rationale behind the distributist economy is that in that economy, you're interacting and bartering with a person, not a vast, faceless corporation. This is also true of monarchy. Instead of a vast machine consisting of a bunch of interchangeable functionaries in tight-looking suits, law and order is vested in a human person with human affections and human passions. On the one hand, this is a cap on a ruler's power.
If our Constitution was altered in one respect, if the presidency was made into a hereditary monarchy with precisely the same powers outlined that he has in the Constitution, I guarantee you he wouldn't be allowed to exercise more than what's in the Constitution because people have immediate suspicion of anything hereditary. But they'll swallow anything elected right in the mouth.
What? Okay, hold on. So if they were hereditary, they would be less chance. It's like monarchs all sorts of back ways and back doors to have wars. It's like you think that it's like the King of Portugal had plenty of folks who are like, hey, you want to go down? We'll have these crusades and whatnot so that we can plunder Palestine and whatnot. Okay, yeah, sure. So what is he talking about? We're not going to start wars and whatnot, but people, will suck it up for electoralism. It's like, okay. I'm struggling. I'm struggling because I am too retarded. I am. But goddamn, what the hell is this crap?
But in another sense, it actually frees up the government. In a legal rational system, the sentiment that no one is above the law is a heartwarming one. But can mercy rise above the law like it has in Christian religion?
Hold on. Does this guy have an Asian GF? Does he? Oh my goodness.
A king, remember, has the right to pardon criminals. We can take away from it. For example, to get the job done. And
hold on. Hold on. I gotta look at this guy's Abby right quick. I just looked at this. Is this another white guy that has an Asian GF? Yes. Holy shit. He's a white dude with the Asian GF. Oh, white people. Can we just stop with the Asian stuff? I mean, this is. You know what? Let's go ahead and play this. I was gonna just watch this later, but holy shit! China's profitable network of beautiful female spies. Oh my goodness. Debunk this. Matt Palumbo. Okay. Debate over public. Oh my goodness. Catholics. Oh man. Exactly. Isn't this just beautiful? Yeah, exactly. You know when people make the meme that people starve under communism, it's actually the reality of monarchism. Yeah. God damn. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into this right quick. Okay. So this is okay, it's gonna take a minute to okay. Is it still hot?
A bombshell new report says a suspected
This is why you gotta be careful of finding your hot Asian GFs, bro. This is okay. So let me just say this right up front. This guy Jake Tran does a lot of these sorts of videos. It's like, oh well, China has this sort of thing, or how to be a successful mobster, stuff like that. And he's kind of a low-key grifter, but he makes interesting videos. So I'm not going to shill for this guy. But let's go ahead and watch a little bit of this.
Chinese spy targeted California politicians.
Axios reporting that Fong even wound up in romantic or sexual relationships with two Midwest mayors.
Look at these. Hold on. When you see these dudes, you be like, "Holy shit! She earned some combat pay. God damn."
Spy novel, alleged steaminess and skullduggery. But the biggest fish she targeted, according to Axios, California Congressman Eric Swalwell.
Why didn't you change your last name? It's like Eric Swalwell. Oh yeah, Eric swallows well. He's gonna hear that for the rest of his life. This is the guy who was hating on Trump and all this sort of thing. And it's like, oh, he's basically like, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. It's just like, oh, what is it with white folks and their love of these Asian women? It's like, are they that subservient? God damn. Go ahead.
A Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee.
Coomers, yeah, exactly.
So you're China.
Yeah.
Just like how people are competitive, nations are also very competitive,
they kill you in your
with
sleep,
China
man.
taking the crown. And their eyes are
White
set on the
series,
West.
ever.
And in this competition of nation states, in this struggle for power, intel and influence are the names of the game.
Yeah.
Intel is the name of the game, D. It's all about the intelligence.
If you can know what your opponent is going to do next, if you can steer your opponent in the direction you want them to go in, you basically control the future. The throne is as good as yours without ever firing a bullet. So the question becomes, how do we get said influence? There are many ways, but here's the problem. The most powerful people in the nations you're trying to topple are usually going to be the strongest supporters of the regime you're trying to subvert. They're going to be loyal, hard to crack, hard to spy on. They're going to have far too much to lose for them to betray their country. I'm a loyal patriot. I'm on my way to getting promoted, elected. If I ever screw things up, become a traitor, or open myself up to prison time.
Well,
So
you
if
get
the
more money.
logical side of
It's not as hard as you think, but okay.
their brain won't let them betray their country, we need to attack this problem from a more emotional, dirtier angle, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
And what is the Achilles heel of every man, rich or poor, powerful or weak? What is the one thing that man can't resist? Man's insatiable desire for women. I'll just leave it at that. Wink, wink.
Well,
Yes,
unless they're gay or they're bisexual and shit, but okay. I know it's pitiful nitpicking, but I just want to say.
Use women to get powerful politicians under their spell. We can get the intel we need in the form of pillow talk, gossip, having easy access to their phone and laptop. And we need to get the influence we need. Maybe you should do this, honey. Hey babe, what do you think about voting on this? We'll call these spies swallows or ravens for their male counterparts. Beautiful, charismatic female spies, putting an exciting twist on the world's oldest profession. So who are these swallows? How do they work? Who do they target? What tactics do they use? All those juicy details are waiting for you in this video. But first,
The U.S.-China relationship, in many ways, is significantly more complex than the U.S.-Soviet or U.S.-Russian relationship.
The West has grown weak, drunk on shopping and social media, torn apart by hatred between the races.
Yeah.
And as a result, the world is in chaos.
Like I say, at this point, I don't even give a shit. I just, it's, yeah, need that Kim Hair GF. Oh, boy. Well, epic Putin, Putin pun swallower. Yeah, exactly. You can resist women if you're married. If you're not married, you shouldn't have political power. You can't even take your own house. Yep, take care of your own house. Yeah, that's true. You got a point, People's Rooster. Yeah.
A great man once said,
Power isn't like real estate. It's all about location, location, location. The closer you are to the source, the higher your property value.
So common sense would dictate that we use our swallows to target the biggest, most powerful politicians right away. But like we mentioned earlier, the ones at the top are harder to access. They're already super suspicious of every one of them, which makes our job that much harder. And on top of that, we don't need immediate results, immediate gratification like the West is addicted to. No, we're in this for the long run, for a better strategy, a more long-term strategy.
I do want to show. I don't know if he's gonna show y'all, but I do want to show y'all this though. Hold on. I want to show y'all the pictures of these mayors because I'm like, damn, this broad. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. They're not going to show the actual mayor because there's this one dude. He was fat. And I'm like, I know Americans, it's like, my burger meme and all that. It's like, look, I get it. Believe me, we are some fat as fuck motherfuckers. But look at this. Who did this bitch sleep with? Did this bitch sleep with him? I'm like, God damn. I don't know. Oh, God damn. Go ahead. I can't.
Strategy is to get our foot in the door before the politician gets big and powerful. After all, today's mayors and city council members are tomorrow's governors, congressmen, senators. So we gotta sink our teeth in while they're young, up-and-coming, naive, idealistic. That's when they're most vulnerable. Take Christine Fong, for example, a suspected Czech swallow.
She was targeting local politicians who were up and coming, who were going to be stars and maybe make it to the national level.
One of her biggest targets was Eric Swalwell, a politician that rose to prominence as one of the youngest members of Congress, that was eventually assigned a seat on the subcommittee for CIA oversight within the Committee on Intelligence. A very information-influenced rich person to
And they should have kicked this nigga to the curb, but they didn't. They're like, oh, well, this was, I didn't give anything away, this and that. This guy's going to have an asterisk next to his name. He should have an extra asterisk next to his name.
In the bedroom. But it wasn't. Christine Fang bagged him while Eric was just a puny city council member in California.
This story is an example of how deeply China is willing to go within local politics to try and understand and collect on and potentially influence U.S. politics.
Potential targets could also be aides, staffs, and interns. Those that
The thing is that this is multi-level. It's like this is one section of the pie. It's like, okay, you're gonna have people like this who are just, we're gonna, get information from these politicians because they're horny and they're lonely and shit. It's like, okay, there's one, but there's also gonna be the motherfuckers who just sell out. They're just gonna be like, yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna work for China now, nigga. So what? They're open about it. You don't have to, try to convince them. They're like, hey, you're gonna give me some R&B? Okay, good. Fuck you. Yeah, I'll do it. That's the whole thing, man. Yeah. Sad coomers, exactly. Get them while they're coomers, yeah. Get Jasmine. Oh, okay. Jasmine Carnoli, a wrench? Okay. Who is this Jasmine Carnoli? Let me see here. It's probably going to go back. Ooh. Who is this Jasmine Carnoli? Yeah, okay. Hold on. Oh, boy. You boy. Jasmine Carnoli, huh? Oh, okay. Follow Red Podcast channel. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll give her a mod. All right. We'll just go ahead and do that. Okay. Okay. No. Oh, okay. We got some videos here. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. But yeah. Mitch McConnell also has a CCP wife. Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, so does Zuckerberg. I mean, for that matter, yeah. I have no idea what the name of China's intelligence agency is. Yeah, this is pretty smart. They know the weaknesses of the American population. Yeah, exactly.
So the source of power.
But still pretty good, though, like I say.
20. So if you want more of them and to support this channel financially.
But yeah, like I say, y'all can check him out. He's pretty good. I mean, like I say, y'all don't have to agree with everything that he's done, but it's like, yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else we got here. Pyongyang Racer. Okay, let's see what we got here. Huh. Interesting. There you go. Why I'm a monarchist. Okay. Oh, boy.
Sawe Omnibus. I think the difficulty in my case for monarchy is that it's not something which you can argue for under our modern utilitarian-based understanding of government and society. It can't be measured or reasoned or counted into existence. It's not something you could subject were fundamentally the same and operated among the same principles and standards.
Okay.
Of human nature is or Novgorod that didn't fail, while monarchies have shown that they can last ad infinitum. The tree of liberty may indeed need to be watered with the blood of tyrants and patriots, but no one talks about the countless innocents it also seems to need for sustenance, or that the fruit it produces has become
Monarchy ought to be abolished because it supposedly infringes upon men's liberty when in practice it only found within monarchy and made them less free. Okay. I forgot I followed this guy. Yeah, monarchism, huh? Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and see here. What's this here? Link to Korean game. Okay. Oh, okay, Pyongyang Racer. Oh, okay, cool. What's this? Oh, this is the same thing. Okay, yeah. Got it. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at let's go ahead and go back to this 2020 retrospective. So we talked about rumor in that video. Fuck 12, fuck 12, fuck 12, fuck 12. I can't do it, sorry. I'm not that good of a singer. But anyway, so we talked about that. What happened in March of 2020? Yeah, let's go ahead and go through this here. We're going to try to find someone that's already done something. 2020, a retrospective. There we go. Let's go through a list of events, and maybe we'll do it that way, because honestly, there's so much shit that's happened. I can't really, looking back at 2020. Okay, a Medium article. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we got here. How I fared against my goals. Okay, no, that's gay. Okay, we're just gonna do 2020 timeline, because it's like there's so much shit that happened. I can't even keep track of it all, to be honest with you. 2020 timeline. LA Times. Okay, 2 days ago. Okay. I don't think LA Times will hit me with the page. Let's see here. I don't think it will. We'll find out. Yeah, they're just gonna hit me with that Okay. January. Okay, so one of the first. Oh yeah, the Australian fires. Okay. As thousands of people evacuate and millions of acres burn. Okay. Oh yeah, Soleimani. Yep. Inshallah to Qasem Soleimani, January 3rd. 20 Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Oh yeah, that movie was okay. Like I say, foot fetish movie. That's the movie for foot niggas. Basically, that's all that needs to be talked about with that one. Centers for Disease Control. Okay, and prevention issue travel notice for Americans going to Wuhan, China. People are saying now that COVID-19 first came from Europe, actually, or it came from the United States. Could be from the that fort in Baltimore, but yeah. Iran's military shoots down Ukraine International Flight 752. Take that with a grain of salt. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle step back from royal duties and they try to make money from it. Democratic. Oh, yes. The first debate of 2020. Oh yeah, that was cringe. Articles of impeachment. Yeah, that failed pitifully. First case of coronavirus infection. Kobe Bryant. Those were. I remember there was one particularly funny meme. I remember everyone was just like, Kobe Bryant's actually a rapist, y'all. We don't need dealing with him. So yeah, you can feel as you want to about Kobe. Let me see what we got here. Billie Eilish. I don't care. I think. Look at that. This is. Who the hell is this? Okay. World Health Organization declares coronavirus outbreak a public health emergency, and pretty much everyone else ignored it. UK withdraws from European Union. February. Kansas City Chiefs defeat San Francisco 49ers. Don't care. Pete Buttigieg, of course, who is now part of the Department of Transportation. And even though, the city of South Bend, Indiana, where he was mayor, was awful in every single way. Nick Slime here. Yeah. More Hollywood trash. Down with them. Yeah, exactly. The redacted. Yeah. They help with the rest of Europe in Battle of Lepanto, though. Yeah. Yakub invented such a creature. Yeah. Nick Slime here. Yeah. Mayor Pete Buttplug. Yep, exactly. Let's see what else we got here. Impeachment overshadows President Trump's State of Union address. Oh yeah, where she tore up. Yeah. And she was just, golf clapping. Yeah. I remember that. Oh, Kirk Douglas dies at 103. Holy moly. Kirk Douglas was pretty good, even though he was a redacted, but yeah. President Trump fires EU Ambassador Gordon Sondland. Yes, good old Colonel Vindman. Ukrainian. Let me just say Ukraine, I'm sorry, in general, yeah. Yeah. They kicked this, yeah. Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was just cringe. Yeah, I mean, who cares about this guy? It's just like, yeah, he's cringe. Parasite pulls off. Oh, yeah, everyone loved to talk about that movie, Parasite. I've never seen it. I'm sure it's good. I don't want to see it. I don't care. Vermont, yeah, Bernie Sanders wins a New Hampshire primary, and yet he lost the Democratic primary. So there you go. BSA seeks bankruptcy. I was a Boy Scout for a long time amongst child abuse claims. Yeah. Ahmaud Arbery, shot and killed by a white father and son while jogging in Georgia. Oh, boy. Oh, and then we found out that he was actually messing around in construction sites and whatnot, but that's a whole other story. I know. Oh, Bob Iger steps down. Bob Chapek is the new CEO of Disney. Joe Biden scores an overwhelming victory. South Carolina Democratic primary. And all those folks who said, I remember Vosh, when he was saying about this, just like, oh, fuck all those black folks in the South who are against transgenderism. Fuck all those folks. I remember him saying that. It's like he didn't specifically say fuck black people. He's like, all those, traditional, those black folks who don't like transgenderism and stuff, well, fuck them. I remember him saying that. What a jackass. First COVID-19 death is reported in the U.S., though earlier deaths will be reported later. And this is going to be, of course, is that the deaths are being lied about and everything else. I'm not going to get into that, but I'm just saying this kind of spurs on conspiracy theorists. Buttigieg drops out of his presidential race and endorses Joe Biden because, yep, look at that. Look at that. He's like, oh yeah, I want some of your sugar, honey. Yeah, I want some of that sugar, boy. Taking commanding lead in the primary race with sweeping victories in 10 states. Former New York Mayor Bloomberg drops out. Everybody drops out. Oh man, they all drop out so quickly, isn't it? It's almost like they all just took, yeah. Italy places itself on nationwide quarantine to slow the spread, and Chinese also come into Italy to help out, I believe. World Health Organization declares, yeah, this is when the shit started to take place, was in March. And this is when, now it's like, okay, now it's an issue. And that's when I had to stay at home and all that business. But yeah, movie mogul Harry Weinstein sentenced to 23 years in prison. Tom Hanks tested positive for coronavirus, and they also moved to Greece, I believe. NBA suspends its season indefinitely. Yeah. And then they tried to make a big thing about Black Lives Matter, and then that kind of crapped out. But yeah, screw the NBA. NCAA, Unified School District announced they to close all its schools. Declares coronavirus a national emergency. Breonna Taylor. Ah, yes. Breonna Taylor with, innocent. She didn't do anything. They shouldn't have, it's like the cops shouldn't have been shooting folks. And yeah. The nationwide coronavirus lockdown. Gavin Newsom announces extraordinary measures directing all Californians to stay at home. And they also keep people out of business and that as well, or that they'll be arrested. PG&E pleads guilty to 84 counts of involuntary manslaughter over the campfire. Okay. Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Holy shit. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Test spot. That was kind of funny, though. Yeah. 500,000. Most of us, at least in the United States, we weren't even wearing masks at this point. It's like we were just going about just kind of keeping our distance and stuff and staying at home. Number of coronaviruses worldwide passes 1 million. 6.6 million workers file for unemployment. The United States becomes first. Oh yeah, this is where they started to bury folks, on this deserted island in outside of New York. People were making such a big thing about it. Iris began sending stimulus checks. I never got my check, but my parents probably got that instead. But oh well. Announced he will suspend U.S. funding for World Health Organization based. That was one of the good things that he did. But yeah, Trump administration issues guidelines for a phased reopening. We're getting through it. We're getting there. Oh yeah, Lansing, Michigan. Oh yes, the evil fascists. The fascists tried to take over the Lansing, Michigan. Oh, the fascists were going to take over. Yeah, the fascists with the big weed symbol on there. Yeah, they're libertarians, but yeah, there's no difference. Yeah, FDA. U.S. faces invasion of murder. Oh yeah, the Hornets thing. Yeah, that was a good meme for a little bit. Oh yeah. National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Oh yeah, these two. Oh yeah, Ahmaud Arbery's death. Oh, dang. Those are a couple of Georgia boys there. Okay. U.S. unemployment reaches 14.7%, 33 million jobless claims. Trump administration announces Operation Warp Speed, which is, I guess, coming close to fruition now. Is it apparently we're going to get vaccines and all that, but whatever at this point. Yeah. Worldwide coronavirus deaths surpassed 300,000. Why are they pick up the dead? Pick up the dead, dude. Come on, man. Over a body of a woman who died in the street, result of a COVID-19 rapid test. U.S. passes 1.5 million confirmed COVID-19 cases. Ah, yes, here we go. Laura Loughlin and Massimo Giannulli, basically the gal that was on Full House, the one that was with Joey. Yeah, found guilty. Here we go. This is what I was waiting for. So, George Floyd, this is May 25th that this happened, for about 8 minutes, killing him. And of course, there's other stuff to talk about with that. But basically, this spurred on May 25th. Didn't talk about Breonna Taylor. A lot of memes. And then what happens? May 26th, 2 days later, we see that, state of emergency is declared in Minneapolis, St. Paul. We saw the footage of them going into the Target, looting the Target. We saw, of course, the stuff where it's like, oh, we have to be worried about, the cops outside the AutoZone. They're feds, bro. That cop outside, there's a cop outside purposely trying to make it set, even though someone already looted the Target. So it's like, but we didn't do that, And of course, we had the anarchists, of course, who were like, well, actually, looting a Target is okay for this reason. It's just, yeah. Okay, don't worry, folks. I know. Y'all are like, oh, Lord, I can't sneeze. Yeah, I can't breathe. Yep, exactly. So what else we got here? Yeah. Fired Minneapolis Police Chief Officer Derek Chauvin is charged with third-degree murder. Charges against the 3 officers are filed, including one Asian guy. They don't really talk about that guy, though. Declared in Los Angeles, because of protests over George Floyd. Basically, LA, yeah. Oh, man, look at that. The guy with the chain around. Oh, boy. President Trump threatens to deploy U.S. troops to quell protests across the country. Oh, yes, the infamous, let's clear. Oh, we're so mad because he sent troops to clear out this area so that he could hold the Bible. It proves that Trump is a fascist. Ah! And oh, they couldn't. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Oh, yes, Black Lives Matter Plaza. NBA votes to restart its season in a bubble. Yeah. Here we go. Chaz, excuse me. Yeah, I was trying to be polite, but yeah, Chaz. There we go. Protesters in Seattle declare an autonomous zone in city's capital area, with also support from the government, the local city government there, by giving them porta potties and stuff like that. Lovely. Oh, mwah, love it. The number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in the U.S. exceeds 2 million. Protests in Atlanta start after the killing of Rashad Brooks by police officers in a parking lot. Oh, yeah, this is the one where he was like holding a taser or something like that. I forget, but god damn. What a photo, huh? Ah! Oh, my goodness. Okay. John Bolton's memoir. Yeah, he was trying to make money. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oh, my goodness. And it was all these. And yeah, once again, the K-pop stands bought all these extra tickets. Oh, they're so funny. Oh, MLB clubs start the season after players reject latest compensation offer. Downward trend of coronavirus infections. We've got to, we've got to. What was the name of the damn term now? I can't think of it. Yeah. Make the line go down, basically, is what they meant. Yeah. Legislator, Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves signs a bill that retires the official state flag, got rid of the Confederate flag. They wanted to get rid of that because obviously more racism. Gavin Newsom offers tougher restrictions on indoor activities for most of California. Oh, yes, Ghislaine Maxwell. I'm surprised she isn't dead yet. Personal immunity and rules President Trump must release his financial records. Oh, boy. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. But yeah, I'm trying to cover everything here because this is a retrospective, and then we can do some videos. Trump administration orders the hospitals to bypass the CDC and send all COVID-19 patient information to a central database in Washington. Mark Esper issues a memorandum to military on appropriate display of flags, excluding the Confederate battle flag, and essentially banning it. Oh, yeah, that was such a big thing. Oregon, of course, once again, the whole Portland business. Ellen Rosenblum files suit against the federal government, accusing it of unlawfully detaining protesters in Portland. Yeah, they were snatching people up and they were releasing them the next day. NFL drops all preseason games and reaches an agreement with the players' union on a coronavirus testing regimen. Trump announces a surge of federal officers into Democratic-run cities following a crackdown on protests in Portland, Oregon. MLB, we don't care about. Oh, Regis Philbin. Yeah, that was sad. Coronavirus outbreak among Miami Marlins prompts cancellation. Election will be delayed. Oh yes, Trump is gonna make himself a dictator for life, just like they said that Obama was gonna do. Okay. LA Clippers, we don't care. Firefighters, Apple Fire that burned 20,000 acres. San Bernardino. LA County pleads not guilty to bribery. 400,000 people, most without face masks. Oh yes. Like I say, there's a lot of stuff in between, like the anti-maskers who are outside of the hospital who couldn't, and the ambulances couldn't get in, which was pretty cringe. That's pretty fucked up. Big Ten, Senator Kamala Harris. It's all just a game. Death Valley. Dean staged in Milwaukee. Former President Trump advisor. Oh, Stephen K. Bannon is arrested and charged with fraud, yet he's still got his ways to get out. Bay Area, RNC, Charlotte, North Carolina. Chadwick Boseman died. Yep, September. We're getting there, folks. We're almost there. El Dorado fire. California sets new record for destruction by wildfires. 2.1 million acres burning. Oh, wow. That's a lot of wine. Oh, well. All the wine moms, they cry when they see this scene. All the wine moms are just like, no! 121 degrees in Woodland Hills. Oregon wildfires amid. Oh, wait a minute. Those are the ones. Yeah. So this was the one that they said that apparently they were saying that Antifa started those fires, but in actuality, yeah. More than 500,000 people in Oregon, more than 10% of the state's population, are reported to be fleeing wildfires. 2 Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department deputies, Compton Metro Station. Oh, yeah. RBG dies. Oh, my gosh. We were waiting for the day. Watchmen and Schitt's Creek, we don't care. Trump refuses to commit to a peaceful transfer of power. A Kentucky grand jury brings no charges against the police and Breonna Taylor and during a drug raid gone wrong. But yeah, Chaz ended about, I think, a month afterwards, after that June 6th one, but they don't really talk about that. But yeah, it's LA time, so obviously they're going to talk more about Cali stuff. Yeah, these are ridiculous. Come on, man. Yeah. Eddie Van Halen dies. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Lakers defeat Heat. Don't care. Yeah, say their names. Oh, boy. Dodgers. Okay, November. Breezes through Election Day nationwide. Continues his attack on the voting system. Oh, yeah, Alex Trebek dies. Rest in peace to him. Pfizer says that it has early data, 90%, and that is bunk. A lot of that has been proven to be absolute nonsense, but people were approving it because Pfizer wanted to make some money, and it helped them to increase their stock price. Gavin Newsom says he should not have attended a dinner with other households. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Hurricane Iota and Hurricane Eta. Gavin Newsom. Oh, yeah. This is, Iran's top nuclear scientist is assassinated near Tehran. Inshallah. Denver Broncos. Raymond Chan, the former senior aide to Eric Garcetti, charged with conspiracy. Oh, really? Yep. Uncovered no evidence of widespread voter fraud. Bob Dylan forms with the band. Oh, okay. Did Bob Dylan die? Is acquiring entire catalog of songs. Oh, really? I had no idea. Bob Dylan's not going to get much money. Come up with new songs, Bob. John Le Carre dies at 89. Okay. Electoral College confirms Joe Biden's victory over President Trump. Yep. But there's other stuff as well. But yeah. There's also the business about the post office and everything else. There were plenty of other shit that came up as well. But yeah, I think that's a good outline. Peace be upon him. Yep, exactly. Imagine being so based. You're assassinated, for a nuke to destroy Israel. Exactly. Exactly. And there was other stuff in between. But you know what? Let's go ahead and do one last video here. Now it can be on YouTube. Bob Dylan has been against being online until now. Oh, really? Makes sense. Okay. Let's remind ourselves of probably one of the bigger issues that at least us online were involved with, which is watching the Chaz stuff. There? I'll watch this later. Chaz shooting. Here we go. Chaz shooting, Seattle. There we go. This is the one. Here we go. Let's go ahead and watch these two clips, and I think we'll call it good. Hopefully King 5 won't copyright strike me, but we'll find out, won't we? Okay, so here's this one.
Can you hear that?
Breaking news in the so-called Capitol Hill organized protests. There's been yet another shooting. Early this morning, protesters finished a march back to Cal Anderson Park when they say gunshots were fired nearby. You could hear it on that live stream there. Some protesters were streaming it live at the time, but the supposed gunfire did not stop there. We have team coverage this morning on this breaking news. First King 5 joining us now live in the chop zone, or just on the outskirts of it safely. Kayla, what are you learning? It looks like the SUV is now behind you.
Yeah, so that is the big thing that's here right now. You can see that white Jeep that we've been reporting on all morning long is still here on scene. One of the big things we're noticing, there are a lot of holes in this car. There's still some medical supplies on scene. On the other end, the bumper is ripped off the car. It has been taped off by some of the members of CHOP this morning, but most of the information that we
And that is, as I recall, there were a lot of people who were like, oh yeah, the fast, yeah, raw meat, vegan, yeah. Vegan soy product, yeah. I mean, I can't hate on Raz. He became a warlord, yeah. I haven't done that yet. That's true. That's true about him. What I would say, though, is that the thing is that there are so many people who were like, yeah, we won against the fascists. We won against the fascists. Rah! And it turns out that there were two black kids that were driving that Grand Cherokee. There were two black kids were doing it. They killed one. And the other one, I think, it sounds like he survived. I don't know. But it's like, bro, this is the type of shit. And it's like, people were celebrating this. The anarchists were celebrating this, saying, well, we beat the fascists, because apparently the fascists were going to come in and stop them. It's just like, you niggas are so... Go ahead. I can't.
Learn was from those live streams that we mentioned. From Converge Media in particular, they talked to some protesters from CHOP who say the white Jeep drove through Cal Anderson and toward one of the barricades. At some point, there were shots fired. And Omari Salisbury with Converge Media reports that CHOP security shot at those people in the Jeep after they ran into the barricades here.
Oh, brilliant. I love it.
And we can see in the video, of course, and as we just showed you, there are bullet holes, the windows are broken out, the bumpers ripped off there. People on scene say some of the protesters within CHOP pulled two people with gunshot wounds out of that Jeep and rendered aid to them. And this wasn't the first report of gunfire over last night. At about 1:15, there were loud bangs as well that went off at 11th and Olive. Some people at first thought they were fireworks, and people later thought that they were gunshots. And then the confirmed shooting, of course, happened at 3 a.m. And here's a clip from Converge Media's live stream just after the shooting, breaking down what they say happened.
It's going to take me a minute to catch up, but I will find those videos.
Driving around the neighborhood and did a drive-by shooting, and then came through and crashed through the barricade. That would be the southern barricade, the one that borders Pike Street. When the vehicle came through and crashed through the barricade, the vehicle was met by force.
Oh, here we go. There's one.
And you hear him say there that vehicle was met by force, and we do have a live look, of course, again, of that vehicle where you can see some of those bullet holes. But today is supposed to be the day that Andy Durkin says they were going to come in with SDOT and remove these barricades. They originally said that would be Sunday morning. It didn't happen yesterday. They're saying it's supposed to happen today. But of course, we haven't seen any of that happening here this morning, and we don't know what will happen because
they did make it here to Harborview Hospital in the early morning hours. We're gonna
One woman who was live amazing stuff though. Yeah, this is the bomb. Oh, sorry. This is what I was gonna watch later. Sorry, I'm not gonna make y'all watch that.
King County prosecutors have filed first.
Yep, and they weren't letting them in. And of course, the protesters weren't letting this. They weren't letting them in because they were so afraid of the cops and everything. Oh.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm Victoria.
Oh yeah, I've seen
I'm
this.
Jenny. Are you registered
I've
to
seen
vote?
this, yeah.
Because we are. Here's a message from us to you. Hit it, Mom.
Hit it, Mom. It's too cringe. It's too cringe, yeah.
Settle for Joe.
Yeah.
We love all genders.
Oh, hush. Okay.
Settle for Joe.
Too much. Too much.
An army of Jesus Christ which bears his holy cross cannot be beaten. As the Count of Tiberius suggests that it could be, there must be war. God wills it!
Okay. Let's go ahead and okay. There's one other thing. Let's go ahead and one last video, and I think we'll call it good. But let's see. Looting in. Let's see here. Philadelphia 2020. Let's go ahead and do the Philly stuff, though. Let's go ahead and look at Philly and talk about all the shit that happened back then. Let's go ahead and do that. I know it was only a month ago, but yeah. Let's go ahead and look at this right quick. There's just so much shit happen. It's hard to keep track of what happened in 2020, right? So much shit happened. So much shit. Settle for Joe Stalin. Yeah, exactly. So this is, the Foot Locker. Oh, they're living the meme, the Foot Locker. They're going for the Foot Locker. Oh, they got to get the shoes. We're going to Foot Locker. God damn. Oh, I know it's racist to say that. I know. Loot in the Foot Locker. America's kids. Oh, man. Well, there you go, folks. There you go. Yep. Could we watch this one for the outro? Sure. Let's see what we got here. What is this one for the outro? Whoop. Sorry. There we go. Okay. What is this one for the outro? Let's take a look. Why not? Yep. Well, this will be our outro then, ladies and gentlemen. Trump urbanites are a disaster to the human race. We really are.
Why we fought lumber America, land
Yeah.
of brave and true, with castles and clothing and food for all belong to you. Every man a king, for you can be a millionaire. But there's nothing belonging to others. There's enough for all people to share. When it's sunny June and December too, or in the winter time or spring, there'll be feast without end, every neighbor a friend, with every man a king.
There you go. Yeah, press F. There we go.
There's a million sad hearts in the nation today. There's a million bowed heads hanging low. For the bravest of all had to answer the call, and our own Huey Long had to go. And with deepest regret, we will never forget. With his might, he would fight every wrong.
There you go.
Let us all say a prayer. He's in heaven somewhere. With a sigh we say.
I did see some of it. Actually, well, I decided to. Yeah, I saw some of it, but yeah, I thought that was pretty good. The leftism community army ball. I saw some of it. It was pretty good. Yeah, the word woman has a man, and all women are men. I'm very smart. Yeah. Every man a wrench, exactly.
Goodbye, you alone.
There you go. There you go. There you go. I mean, what can you say about 2020 that hasn't already been spent? That's it. The riots here in the United States, the riots that happened in India, the lockdowns, the the bluster and everything else, the inevitable Joe Biden victory. All this stuff that happened over 2020. What else can be said? What else needs to be said? It's one of those years where it's just like, holy moly. And I mean, for the most part, we were just watching. We were just observers of all this. And as I've said before, with the Chaz stuff, with the statues being taken down here in the United States, or seeing China rise up more. It's just the way of the world. It is the sands of time shifting. That's all it is. It is simply the sands of time shifting. And we are simply going on the other side of the hourglass. Maybe eventually we can reach that other side of the hourglass, but yeah. That's all we are. Yep, exactly. Feliz Navidad, Prospero Año y Felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Año Nuevo. See? I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Yep, exactly. Just a Merry Christmas. Let's hope for whatever the heck's going to happen next year. And we're going to just keep on going. That's all we can do, right? So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I say good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. And yep, Hegelian dialectics, march on. Yep. And I hope y'all have a good one. And yeah, I think we'll keep it there. And goodbye. Yep, we'll just go ahead and end it there. See you later, y'all. Boop. And